I want to talk with you about diversity in a moment, but just quickly on the markets here, I wonder, given the week we've had, the chop, the reception some of the companies have gotten post-earnings, if you think that growth valuations are really running into a reality check or if this is another head fake.
Well, I think with the week of earnings and the sell-off yesterday, and I thought that there were mixed results, and yesterday seemed to be the opposite of how we started the week. For me, it signaled more volatility ahead and that the growth stocks were really overbought and overheated. But it also may have signaled to investment managers, which stocks to buy and which ones to trim. So I think, before I said that tech stocks and stay-at-home stocks were some stocks that we were watching. But, I'm not a stock picker and I select managers. So I think, this week has really reinforced for me to, monitor more closely our valuations with our growth stocks that our growth managers are invested in and to maintain value exposure at this particular time.
Right. Does value exposure run into trouble when we start talking about jobless claims up for the first time since March, at least a pause of reopening in certain parts of the country, 4 million cases? I mean, how much room does value have to absorb some of the rotation here?
Yeah, I think it's really a challenging time for value managers and value stocks. And again, I don't pick stocks, but I feel like all styles will, either fall in or out of favor at some point. And since growth has been raging for so long, we just have to maintain our exposure and be diversified across value as well as growth.
Angela, with the 10-year yields hitting its lowest level since March 9th, which is when it hit its record intraday low, you've got 5-year hitting a new intraday record low today or earlier this morning as well. Given the fact that the low rate environment just seems to be getting lower, or at least staying lower for so much longer, how is that shaping and shifting the investment choices you're making right now?
Well, the low interest rates are definitely impact on our investments. But we are diversified across real estate and our fixed income managers that try to, balance out with where the equities are. So, regardless of whether inflation is low right now or interest rates are low or what we expect in the future, it's kind of hard for us to lean in one way or another or take bets one way or another. So we try to balance out the portfolio so that, whatever happens, we're pretty much defended against, what transpires in the future.
Finally, we started off the segment here talking about diversity of asset managers. What exactly do you mean? And can you point to metrics where it actually trickles down to bottom line performance?
Well, if we back up just a little bit, Chicago Teachers Pension Fund has really been a leader in embracing and encouraging diversity. As of May 31st, 46% or $4.8 billion of CTPF's total assets were managed by firms owned by minorities, women, and persons with disabilities. It's an intentional focus, and we believe prudent, as it has been proven that diversity can drive returns and diverse managers perform comparable to mainstream managers. Specifically in our portfolio, diverse managers have added diversification by complementing those larger managers who operate in a larger market and invest in larger assets. We like to pair them with smaller, diverse managers that operate in middle market or lower middle markets and invest in smaller assets. We believe that the smaller size of diverse managers really creates more flexibility and nimbleness. And it gives the fund exposure to less crowded and less competitive spaces of the market, and it increases the diversification of the portfolio. I think it's a great time to invest with diverse managers that can defend, in times like yesterday and today and when big names are selling off, or that can help by investing in unique opportunities that only a smaller, diverse private equity or real estate manager can. I think with the metrics, overall, we just look at our performance as a whole and compare different styles. But definitely those diverse managers have contributed to our long-term performance.